Okay, so once we add the change rifle button, after that now let's go ahead and add the other shooting buttons such as fire button, reload, and the scope button. Okay, for that what we have to do is in here create a empty game object by the name of shooting inputs or shooting controls. Then in here what we're gonna do, we're gonna create the button. So let me duplicate this sprint button and drag and drop it in here. Let's name this as fire. Okay, now we can move this button right down below. Let's select the sprint button, move it up right there and move it to this side. Okay, now this is the fire button. So first of all, we're gonna change the icon. Then after that, in here we will type fire and event trigger is already set up. Okay, because we duplicate this button, just make sure to name the button as fire. Okay, then after this we need the reload. So let me duplicate this button again, and this time let's move this right here. Actually, let's make the reload button right here, or at the top. Actually, we can do the reload button right here. Okay, right here, and then let's move the fire button right there. Okay, now let's change the name first of all to reload, and in here type reload as well, and make sure to change the icon, make it 40 and 40. Select the fire button, make it 70. Okay, now let's also add the sprint, not the sprint, the scope button. So first of all, name the game object as scope. Then for the button, we will type scope as well. Okay, event handler is already set up. We need to move the scope button right here. Okay, and make sure to drag and drop the icon in there. Alright, so everything is set up now. After this, what we're gonna do now is to select all of these buttons and change their Y, or you can say the alpha value, to 110. Okay, so that they become a little bit transparent. Now once we set up all of these buttons, after that go ahead and open up your player movement script, and on the player movement script at the top we're gonna add the package. So let's copy it from the input manager and paste it right there. Then we can scroll down. Okay, we have the handle falling and landing. Okay, actually we don't have to open up the player movement, we have to open up the shooting controller script. Okay, so in the scripts click on rifle and actually not rifle and shop, we have to open up the, actually yes, the rifle and shop folder, and in here we have the shooting controller script. Right here at the top, add this package, then scroll down. In the update we have the input for shooting and reloading. So what we're gonna do in here now, we will add a if condition, and in this we're gonna say game manager dot use mobile inputs. If that is true, then we're gonna shoot using the mobile inputs, else we're gonna shoot using the PC inputs. Okay, so let me add that there, then select this conditions, move it forward, and that's it. Now let's copy this, paste it, and if we check the game manager reference, we don't have any. So let's go ahead and add that. Now once we have the reference, now in here, instead of input manager dot shooting input, we will say cross platform input manager dot get button fire, because that is what we name our button. Okay, the rest will be the same. Then for the reload, we're gonna remove that, and right here we will say if the reload button is pressed, we will reload. Okay, simple as that. Then you can open up the camera manager script. Okay, and on the camera manager we have this handle scoped FOV method, in which by using the scope input we zoom in and zoom out. So right here we're gonna do the same. First of all, at the top we will add this package. Then we already have the game manager reference. We can just scroll down, and at the top we will say if game manager dot use mobile inputs is true, then copy this if else, paste it in there, and then else we will use the PC inputs. Okay, and now for this inputs we're gonna type cross-platform input manager dot get button scope, and that is all we have to do. Just make sure that their names are similar to this names. Okay, fire, reload, and scope. Then we can just simply go ahead and play the game. Now we can pick up the pistol, click on the scope button, as you can see there it is, and we can also shoot, as you can see, and we can reload as well. Okay, for now I can't use this joystick since we are not on the mobile phone, but you can go ahead and test it out and it will work just perfectly fine. Okay, you can zoom in like this and then you can shoot using this button. Okay, and also you can control your camera joystick from here when you are scoped. Okay, and that is the reason why the fire and reload button is on the right side and the scope button is on the left, because when we are scoped we also want to move our direction. So for the direction we can use the right joystick, which is the camera joystick. Okay, so now with all of the shooting buttons added, in the next video what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our car controller buttons. Okay, so see you guys in the next one.